The year is 2000, and I receive a phone call from a woman who lives in a small town near my town. And she says she has a Q Bert game that she would like to sell to me. And the cost, $200. She's not even sure if it works. So I go to her house and I find this game. And what you see is not the exact game, but it's probably very similar to the condition. Mine was probably better, as I recall. I started up the game. The monitor was dead, but the game started up. You could hear the sound. And I noticed that the coil in the cabinet that pops when Q Bert falls off the maze was missing. So I bought it. And I think I probably paid a little less, like $150. And when I got it home, I restored the game. And I didn't restore it into a cocktail. That's what we're looking at here, the cocktail version of Q Bert. But I brought it back to pretty nice condition, like I would do everything. I recapped the monitor, maybe a flyback, whatever the case was. It ran, and I played it for a long time in my basement because that's one of the games that people gravitate to, and it's really darn hard to play this game unless you have the joystick mounted in that funky way. So here, as we demonstrate today, Q Bert, and celebrate Q Bert's life, I'm going to do it on an Xbox One controller using the D-pad because I have to hold it at a 45-degree angle. It's the only way I can play the darn game. Let's have a look. I hope you enjoyed that little story. Let's have a look at the game. So Q Bert, colorful game, yellow cabinet. That is the original Cabnito. There is a cocktail version, and that's an attractive cocktail game. I don't know anything about that, except it looks completely original. It has Gottlieb on the coin door. Very colorful. The monitor looks so tiny, doesn't it? It looks so itty-bitty on that giant table. It almost looks like a 13-inch. So I don't know. If anybody knows more about that, please share. I'm always curious. Here's a Q Bert with, I think they're calling this the prototype marquee, where it just looks like he's throwing the curse word out there. I almost bought one of those for my cabinet. It seems like those were just kind of plopping out onto the market whenever I had my cabinet, but I don't know, man. The deal with me in arcade games is they just kind of, I hate to say get old. They just take up so much real estate, and I love the look out of them and everything. But if I was in the public and had a place, I would absolutely invest in a bunch of these. But just privately, I just don't find myself going into and playing, just hours of arcade games. This picture's nice. I will show this again with Mad Planets. So if you've seen the Mad Planets video, you've seen this one before, but the Q Bert's in the lineup. So I like that. I think it's just really neat. Setting right next to Mad Planets, 2 Gottlieb games is really cool. And here's a flyer. The Q Bert game you see up there, and Q Bert's Quest Pinball, which I have played. And for the longest time, I really thought I wanted it. And I wouldn't mind owning it, actually. But this is more about video games, so I'll have to do a special feature on Q Bert's Quest someday. But for now, this is the flyer, at least one of them, where they tried to sell both games at the same time. Why don't I jump into Q Bert, and then we'll look at some, before I do that, let's go ahead and look at high scores on Twin Galaxies. This is just ridiculous, isn't it? I probably should start at the bottom of the list. Rank 12, 41,000 points in 2002. I'm always interested in things like rank number 9, Fred Alderov, 1984. Now we're talking, right? This game, 1982 was its release, and in 84, we start to see some records here. Thank you, Walter Day. And we're seeing here Fred Alderov with 150,000 from 84. A guy named Mike had 255. Doris had 1 million points. So look at this. Back in 84, 85, and 87, we have these 3 scores that are over 1 million points. This one at 2 million, Drew Goins. Wow, look at all the twos. And then almost doubling that, George Lutz. Is that the name? Wow, 2012. So it's 2023 now. Where is the person that's going to bust this score? Wouldn't that be cool? How about I do it today? Let's look at the rules too, by the way. 3 lives per game, normal difficulty. It shows you the dip switches. I don't think I've ever covered this in a video here on Let's Play a Video Game. But this is how we're going to have to set up the game if you're going to play. It says the above dip switches are not only the factory default settings, but also the correct Twin Galaxies tournament settings. I like that a lot. Take a look here. Special rules. The use of the trick to cause all enemies to disappear is banned. And I have no idea what that trick is. I just don't even know. I want to know more about that. What is that trick? I cannot research that and try to put that in here and try to replicate that. I'm just not that good. But if you know the trick, tell me all about the trick, please. Okay, we're going to play the game Q Bert. You know, Q Bert is definitely Gottlieb's best title, no doubt. Looking at the high scores, by the way, here, you could see I got a measly 11,000 last time I played. People are way up here, 100,000, 300,000. Of course, none of them are touching what we just saw in Twin Galaxies. But they would be on the board if they're playing, I guess, legally. But you see 3 titles here. Q Bert, Faster, Harder, More Challenging Q Bert, and Q Berts Cubes. We're going to look at all 3 of these today. So we'll call this the Gottlieb Q Bert Trifecta, for lack of a better way to put it. And for those that have never lived on the Earth and they have no idea, hello, I'm that's Q Bert. Kind of a cute, probably the cutest little speech stuff of any of these arcade games of this era. Q Bert is meant to be cute. I find Q Bert funky looking and funny to look at, and the big old nose and all that. I think it's great. We're going to be playing with default arcade settings as far as I know. And I have mentioned, and I will continue to play this way with a D-pad on an Xbox One turned at a 45-degree angle. I tried this on the keyboard. There's no way I can't play this game that way. Just can't do it. By the way, as we emulate this game, whenever he falls down, you'll hear a thud, and that's nowhere near what it was like on the real arcade machine because it had a coil that would pop. And it sounded like something fell into the cabinet, which was awesome. What a great way of doing that. And Gottlieb being a pinball company, that had to be easy to do. Okay, so I'm going to try to get my bearings here. And I can't even move my guy because my controller went off. Oh, mercy. So if I try to use the keys, it's not going to work out. Let me start again. All right, let's see if this works. Sheesh. Do I even edit that out or do I keep this raw? I like raw videos. Here we go. Okay, Q. He's hopping around. The purple, here's the thing about this stupid game. The purple guy is coily and immediately he attacks you. So for new players who have no idea what to do, coily's already in the mix. Okay, so I should pause this. Here's the deal. I'm getting ready to get killed here. You're running around on this cube. I don't know what geometry you want to call this, the way it's shaped, but you're running around here, bouncing around, changing these cubes top colors, in this case from blue to yellow. And it's telling you what to change it to. And as soon as you get started in this game, immediately you get dropped with a purple coily, who, whenever he gets to the bottom, transfers into or expands out of his little purple ball into a coil snake, and he starts to go after you. So the only way to get rid of him is to hop on this disc that will take you back to the top. So here we go. I'm going to try to do it. I probably will blow it, but let's try. Now I made it just in time. And then my ultimate goal, while avoiding anything that's purple or red, is to just get these things. Oh, look. Thanks, dude. He landed right on the one that I needed, so I've got to kind of play his little moves so I can get to the one that I still need to get done. This was a hard game, man. I don't care how many developer, designer, producers, whatever, wanted to turn this into a game that would be attractive to kids and maybe women. But it was hard. It was hard to get going. You had to get that rhythm down. Now, I've got my strategy here is to kind of go to one side or the other and go after park myself by a disc for these first 2 rounds. Again, not a good player. I'm just not. Without the D-pad, I am absolutely screwed. But you want to do that. You want to use those discs because they're worth a lot more points here than they would be if you just let them go. If you let them go, if you let them go, you only get like 50 points for them. So these are these wrong way guys, and they're a hoot, and they screw with you a lot in your brain. For me, it does, because they're actually bouncing with gravity taking them in a different direction entirely. And I'm going to get confused and probably get wasted by one of them. Oh, Coily's out, and okay. There's a green ball. I'm not going to get it, but the little green ball, you want that because it will pause everything on the screen for just a few seconds, but give you a chance to, I got it. Give you a chance to maybe get a couple of these things or position yourself in a better way. Okay, this I think is the end of level 1. I'm able to move much quicker, which is cool. And it looks like Coily's not coming out yet. I'm gonna hang out, right here. I'm pretty safe right there. I'm gonna let Coily get close. I'm missing my little green paws guy. So nothing I can do about that. Coily's coming down my way. Hopefully there we go, because I didn't want him to come straight down on me. There's another green guy. That green guy is changing the colors. So he's supposed to be your buddy, kind of, but he makes a mess of the pyramid. Okay, so now I'm on to level 2. Level 2 is going to require me to change these to bounce on them twice. So I'm going to have to hit everything in this little geometry 2 times in order to change its color. And these little corner ones and bottom row ones are kind of hard because you got to get down in there all the way down and do it twice. So I'm going to set up here and park myself. I've got wrong ways running around, making a mess of things, because that's what they do. They just kind of mess with your head. I could imagine somebody in this day and age taking medication, self-medicating and tripping out over those wrong ways. Okay, dude, stop. Okay, I really wanted to jump on him. I think you can jump on him and stop his madness. Oh, wrong way got me. You little twerp. It's interesting that they put you right back where you started. I better watch out because something's going to fall on my head. Okay, dude. I can't catch him. I literally have to be below him to get that. What a jerk. To catch him, you got to be at the bottom and you got to intercept him and get lucky. Okay, well, I finished this one out without death. That's the goal. And boom, got it. Yeah, I'm not very good at this game, but it's probably looking like I can play it. I really am not very good at it. Okay, little green dude, I'd love to get you, please. Yes, okay, great. All I'm going to do here, and I can't really hear, I got the volume down, is just try to catch up. There we go. A little bit of plop space here. Okay, thank you, little green dude. Thank you. Okay. Messing up my business here. Coily. I could play the game with Coily here and just kind of move where he isn't, but that's dangerous. Can be. I'm really acting like I know how to play the game at this point. Dude, seriously? Okay. Yeah, these guys got to get out of my face here. The little wrong way guys. Oh gosh, I guessed one way and he went the way I was going. Bad guess on my part. Wrong ways are bad at the bottom, obviously. Oh, please no. Do I have one more guy? Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to go down here and park. Oh, yeah. Do that. Yeah, I was scared. Did you see me get scared just then? I'm going to finish this maze. I've got to do it. Dang, Coilies. And now this guy. It's a little chaotic here on the screen. Can I finish this, please? I can't even remember what it takes to get certain free guy. Oh, dude, I had this. Did you see what happened? Sam or Slick? I don't know which one that is, but I hate their guts right now. Okay, we'll put some high scores in there. You have to hit you don't have a button in this game, so you have to hit the player 1 start button to register your letters, and voila. So that's much better than my previous score, but certainly far away from those hundreds of thousands of points. And that is Q Bert. So Q Bert being the biggest Gottlieb title that ever came out for video games anyways. Merchandising, I have a Q Bert bank, like a quarter piggy bank kind of thing, that one of my decades ago, a college student bought for me, found it at a thrift store or something and bought it for me. And I don't even know where it is. I wonder, I think one of my kids have it. But it's so funny because the merchandising that happened back in the day, I mean, surely there's stuff on Google, if you search it, that you would find that promotes Q Bert all over the place. So good for Gottlieb, finally getting a big, cute hit. But there's so much more. How did I do? It's depressing. I shouldn't even show this. 20,000, number 3. Yeah, any of you guys watching this video that know Q Bert, you're going to just laugh at me. So there was faster, harder, more challenging Q Bert, and I don't know if this was a prototype or if it was legit. Like it is legit, but did it actually find its way into arcades? I don't know. I never recalled playing this until emulation. So let's just jump in and check it out. So it's Q Bert, right? And it's running on the same Q Bert hardware, but it's faster, harder, more challenging. So let's just see what makes it. Well, one thing that makes it more challenging right away is the discs are moving, as you can see here. And so I'm kind of screwed. Yep. I had 2 things trying to get me at one time. I don't think this game needs to be any faster or more challenging. That's just my opinion. But you have to. You really have to play out where this disc is going to be and where coily is going to be. Like right now, I'm going to consider that complete luck. Now, one thing I would do if I was the developer of this game, I would probably, I'm trying to get greedy here. I'm trying to get the timing down to where coily will come get me close and I can get another 500 points. Is it 500? Yeah, 600 maybe for that one. I guess you could just keep jumping on discs over and over again just because. Since they're moving around, let's see if I can time this right. Yeah. But my bonus at the bottom keeps going down for completion, right? So I don't know if you should screw around that much. Is it worth it? I don't know. I'm not a big Q Bert nut. Why then am I doing this video? Because it's just a genuinely cool and fun game in the history of all arcade stuff. All right? It's just fun. I'm dead. I was just trying to race back up there, you could see, to get the disc. Already I'm having to change everything back to 2 colors, which is hard. You got to do everything twice. So for those awesome Q Bert players, I'm sure this was no big deal. I'm just going to let coily follow me around for a while. I'm going to act like I know what I'm doing. Lure him. Is it a him or a her? It's a him. Gotta be. I think I saw some genitalia there when we jumped. Sorry, that's wrong. That wasn't nice. Right there. Yeah, I'm giving them my best shot here. And at least I don't have any wrong ways going the wrong way and screwing things up yet. So how rough is this going to get? Oh, there they are. There's those guys I don't like. And you got to change. Oh, that's nice. We're changing everything. Oh, gosh. Change everything to green. Look at this. No forgiveness either on this changing the green business. This is impossible. I will never do this. Oh, sure I would, but I mean, I'm not going to get through the game to do this. I'm not even putting initials up. That's embarrassing. Okay. Warren Davis, Jeff Lee, and Dave Thiel, by the way, who did Pinball Sound too. It's cool that his name's on there for both of those games. This game is just insanity. Just insanity hard. So I don't see, there's no high score list here. And as for Twin Galaxies, I don't know that any of them exist. I'll check later and throw that at the end. Let's look at the end of it all, though. This game, Q Berts Cubes. So we got Q Bert in 82, it says here. And we have faster, harder, more challenging Q Bert listed as 83. And then we have Q Berts Cubes 83. So curious how that went down. Also, I want to mention you have programmers' names listed. And Gottlieb was not a fan of ever putting programmers' names on anything, right? Their pinball especially. You didn't see, the names of anybody. I mean, it's a fact that they didn't want anybody to get sniped away from their company. You have a hit pinball game or video game, you could be in trouble there. But anyway, I did see names. You saw them too. Let us try this. So Q Berts Cubes. Have I ever played this game? I know I've tried this before, maybe recently. I just can't remember. Level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Thousands of points. Well, I want the most points I can get, right? There's no way. I don't even know how to play the game. Looks like I'm on level 3. You need a... Oh, yeah, I do remember this game. I need to do a tic-tac-toe. Good. So the idea is to turn your cube into, into one of those greenish looking ones. What would we call it? Almost looks see-through. And there is a guide to kind of help you figure out how to do it. And I guess I just did it. This is different. This is definitely different. So it's all about tic-tac-toe still. And you feel like gravity is different here. To me, it feels like gravity is changed. Oh, cool. Yeah, that was neat. I can make them just kind of fall, it looks like. Wait a minute. I need to get that. What do I need to do? Rotate it a couple more times? I think. I'm trying to figure out how to rotate this stupid thing to make it disappear. Otherwise, you're just jumping around. And there's no discs here, right? I'm not even sure why that guy just fell off. Do I get the turtle? Oh yeah, look, it slows everything down. Cool. But I still have no idea how to flip these discs, or these cubes around. Where's the light blue side? Looks like I got another coily guy coming up. Oh, geez. Is it a coily? No, that's a kangaroo looking dude. Okay, I'm having no luck here. At all, it doesn't look like. Oh, okay, I think I can get this. How about it, turtle? How come you're so fast all of a sudden, turtle guy? And that should pause everything. Okay, so spin. Where's that green? Okay, got that one. I got brown on top, but okay, ooh. I feel like I'm doing a Rubik's Cube a little bit. You know what I mean? It's hard to spin that last one because that last one, the ones on the border are, you can only like flip a couple ways there. Okay, I see the yellow side. Oh, geez. I'm studying the dang side of the cube here. Whew. Not easy, man. Okay, cool. Flip. Oh, I need to flip it 1. Turtle, cool. 3. No. Yeah, you need time to think in this game. I mean, I do. Oh, I need to spin that thing around. Oh, yeah, cool. Man, that took a long time. If I didn't have the little pause button, yeah, I'm screwed again. It's kangaroo jumped on me. Where's Coily? Why do we have a kangaroo? It looks like a mouse, a kangaroo. I don't know. Maybe Coily was too scary. I don't know. I'm putting my darn name in there because I feel like that was an accomplishment for me. So, let's see. Player 1. Yeah. What do you think about Q Bert? Faster, more challenging Q Bert. And now Q Bert's Quest. And I started on level 3. There's our names again. This is Neil Bernstein this time. Jeff Lee, Dave Deal. Yeah, what do you think about this game? It's kind of fun. A little bit of a puzzle. Gives you the chance to jump ahead. Reminds me of Tempest, how you could jump ahead a bunch of levels. A lot of games used to do that. After a couple of years in the 80s, you could see how before the crash, these things were changing. Let's look at eBay. Here's eBay, an ad for a Q Bert partially restored, $42.50. Have a little look here at this cabinet. Better than the one that I was looking at earlier. Reminds me of the one I had. Maybe mine wasn't quite that nice. This one looks pretty good. What's going on with this graphic? I guess that's the right graphic, is it? I guess it is. Okay. Marquee looks like the original. Control panel here looks pretty good. $42.50. Don't know anything about the seller. I don't do any eBay hardly at all. For full-size games, no way. But they are simply the best value in arcade video games. It says so right there. And it's partially restored. So I don't know why you don't go all the way. I do get it. At some point, you just got to stop. But that's all I'm really getting on this game. This looks like they're cut and paste kind of thing here. I would rather see, if I'm getting ready to drop some money, some real details about the restoration of the game. Like for this game, more pictures of the process and all of it. Because we're talking, that's pinball money. That's like good pinball money there, $42.50. Pretty high. But more power to them, man. If they're able to sell, that's great. Here's a Q Berts, or Q Bert cubes. Is it Q Bert cubes or Q Berts cubes? $31.95. Q Berts cubes, bud. Get it right in your listing. Come on. Pretty artwork. This cabinet just has all this nice control panel artwork. Let's get into that. Yeah, look at that. That's really fun, man. That's cool. Nice graphic design. Is that the original stuff that came out? Man, that just seems light years ahead. It looks more like 90s graphics to me. And is this a new control panel overlay? Because it sure looks like it. In fact, the whole thing looks so good. That's a lot of money, but I feel like you're getting a really, really nice game here for $31.95. Let's see what is said here. A little bit about the game. Everything on the game is brand new. If it's brand new, then I guess this was cut. Yeah, it says so. Cut to spec commercial grade full-size cabinet. New hardware. Ooh, that's interesting. What's the new hardware then? New circuit board, it says. So what is that? What is that? LCD monitor. Okay, you're not original. I don't know. But this one will play. Oh, we can set this up to play Q Bert FHMC. That's what we did a bit ago. Metal yellow, and so on. Oh, good. This sounds like a pretty good setup here. For people who want nothing to do with restoration and you're wanting to build a big arcade with games that you remember, this stuff is fine and dandy. Me, I just can't imagine spending the money. Let's take a look, though. I found on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. I had to check because usually stuff is cheaper there and you probably have to go after it. So this person is definitely into the old retro arcade scene because you can see some games in the background. Looks like it's right there in their living room. And this Q Bert has the cuss marquee. So is that a marquee that is proto? We've even got a signature on there, and I don't know whose that is. It says it uses a J-Rock setup. So what's a J-Rock? Is that a board switcher? Is that a multi-Q Bert now? Oh, dude's got some pinball back there too. Yeah, I'm scoping out a couple of pinball machines. What is that? Is that a Dirty Harry Corvette? Something right there in the back far left, and the one next to that? That's a Stern game, it looks like. I can't make out exactly what that is. Yeah, okay. Anyway, board set, photos. It's kind of nice to look at those. I don't normally cover that stuff. Giant CPU board. Look at that. And up above and left, what is that? Soundboard? I think that's the speech soundboard. It's been a while. Been a while for me. I'm guessing the bag contains the J-Rock board? No. Yes? I don't know. You guys tell me. You tell me what that is. But here we have old school original hardware there. CRT. It looks clean. That's for sure. All right, for $29.50, I still feel like this stuff is too high, but I'm old, right? I've been doing this for too long and can remember picking. I told you I picked up my game what I thought was like $150 negotiation. I had to cap out a monitor that cost me what, $20 in parts. Cleaned everything, put a coil in it that I got from my old stock. Let me show you this article. This is the Arcade Blogger. And I've already showed one of these in a previous one. I want to give lots of kudos. I'm not reading this. I'm just going to browse through it to try to give some attention to the Arcade Blogger. This is all about a prototype Q Bert. And so would love to see you guys go visit this site, Arcade Blogger 2019, April 13th is the article. Somebody puts a lot of effort into doing this. And so I want to just point to that effort and show what they came up with in their research and what they've typed up here. And this is just neat. A Smash TV cabinet that whenever cleaned up, revealed it was a prototype Q Bert. Well, a lot of games were converted. Smash TV was one that was a great title. And so lots of conversions of Smash TV. They'll paint it black, method here. Let's just spray the whole cabinet black. We'll put a big decal on it here. We'll change the marquee out. You have multiple size marquees you can get in a kit. And then you just dump the board into the game and you have Smash TV. If you paint them up nice enough, some people are none the wiser. But you can tell by the outline and the shape that this was a Q Bert cabinet. And after cleaning it up, you can see the artwork, which doesn't look like Q Bert. And as you dig through, somebody figured out that it was a true prototype. It says that it's serial number 001. Now check this out. Marquee. No bezel around the monitor, and then the control panel is different. It doesn't have artwork that comes down. So take a really close look here. It says the art is hand drawn, and that's the back side of the marquee. So this is such a special find. I mean, this is amazing. It says, note that the Q Bert character wasn't even in its final stage at this point. So you can look at that face up here at the top. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. So that's definitely changed a little bit. So please check this out. I'm just going to keep browsing through quickly. I think you should see. That's a neat photo, right, of the production line. I love those photos. And that's Warren Davis. And here is, I think, Arcade Blogger Tony there. I think that's Tony who does this site. So hi, Tony. If you ever watch this, we like the Arcade Blogger. Okay, well, that's it for this trifecta of Q Bert. I hope you enjoyed it. Now go hop around on some cubes.